It's really great to be here. As Mr. Balchan mentioned, we had the first launch of this on February 18th of last year. And when Governor Rajan talked about the project, and then we had a technical launch in Bangalore on February 13th of this year where we showed it to developers. And today is the formal business launch. I think this is leapfrog, as everybody said. Part of the reason we're not able to put our hands around what it is because something of this kind doesn't exist anywhere else in the world. Payments have evolved in different ways. You had card systems, and then you had things like mobile money, like M-Pesa and others, and then you have internet wallets like Alibaba and Alipay and WeChat. But completely mobile-first, interoperable, person-to-person, instant real-time payment system with push and pull really doesn't exist anywhere. So I think in that sense, it's a leapfrog.
And what we see here today is one of the more exciting developments in our economy in recent years. For a number of years, we've been saying, we need a revolution in banking in India. I think today we can confidently say that the revolution is upon us. What we have today in India, as Nandan just told me, is perhaps the most sophisticated public payment infrastructure in the world. And all those words are important. Public payment infrastructure.
What was also interesting is, we talk about data and connectivity and issues around that every now and then. People, of course, did, the real-time transactions. We had one company do an innovative solution for an offline payment, which then gets synced up. But we also had companies that use things like audio tones. I think we'll see one of them present to us today. Companies using Bluetooth, companies using Wi-Fi and NFC, so that only the merchant needed to have network connectivity, not the consumer as well.
May I now request Team UltraCash to come on stage and make their presentation. A big round of applause for Team UltraCash. Thank you.
Respected ladies and gentlemen, hi, I am Raja Mahota and he's Manas Malik, my colleague. We represent Team UltraCash. So, we represent Team UltraCash. First of all, I'd like to congratulate NPCI for this wonderful API, wonderful concept of UPI and bringing it into our real world. So, excuse me, the first slide, please. So, UltraCash is all about making the payment simple, and using UPI we have created an ecosystem where payments are far more simple, easy, quick and secure. So what is UltraCash? Next slide please. Next slide please. UltraCash is world's first of its kind mobile payment application where you bring your phone near to merchant's device and you can beam amount into his account, and you don't require internet, you don't require cash, you don't require card, you don't require any special hardware as in NFC, you don't require wallet. So basically, you can be in a complete offline mode, but still can transfer the amount from your payment instrument, which can be a debit card, credit card or bank account, to merchant's bank account. So this is how we are going to transfer the amount from one account to another account. And I would say it is the currency of this mobile generation. Next slide please. So as we all know, UPI is supporting, is having two-factor authentication. One is mobile number and second one is MPIN. And MPIN, there are other substitutes also as in fingerprint. So we are trying to create an ecosystem where we can replicate Apple Pay for all our Indian users having a bank account and a smartphone accepting fingerprint. So I would not take much of time and I'll go directly to the working video demonstration of it. So this is a future mobile generation.
Presenting UltraCash, the world's first of its kind mobile payment application that will soon replace the need for plastic cards and swipe machines. Let's take a closer look at how this cutting-edge product works. UltraCash allows for transfer of money from one phone to the other without Wi-Fi or data connectivity or any special hardware installed on these phones, thereby replacing the need for plastic cards, swipe machines, etc. How does it do this without internet connectivity or NFC hardware? It uses patent-pending technology that uses ultra-high frequency sound to transfer alphanumeric data between the phones securely and is compliant with all security guidelines for payments. The merchant payment using UPI in UltraCash. The consumer pays using his UltraCash mobile client application, while merchant accepts the payment with his UltraCash merchant application. To make payment, consumer opens his UltraCash application and enters his 6-digit UltraCash PIN. On correct PIN entry, he sees his all configured payment instruments. This consumer has already configured his account and created the virtual address by using NPCI API. Here is his particular payment instrument and he is ready to pay with this at merchant location. UltraCash merchant application is configured to accept payment with the necessary configuration of his account and virtual address. To accept payment, merchant opens his app and puts the amount and clicks Collect Payment. Consumer presses the Tap and Pay button and brings his phone near to the merchant device to receive the invoice. Once the consumer confirms the invoice details, he presses the Pay button. NPCI page comes up to capture the MPIN. User enters his MPIN and presses the Submit button. And voila! The payment is complete. The encrypted data provided by NPCI library is passed to merchant device along with other data via high-frequency sound waves. The merchant decodes the audio signal and sends the entire encrypted packet to UltraCash PSP server, which in turn hits the UPI server to do the transaction.
So the magic sauce is for UltraCash is our breakthrough technology, which we call audio near field communication. So this technology works on all phones because it uses the speaker and the microphone of the device itself. We believe that it is a great achievement that we could successfully transfer the NPCI data, which is of 256 bytes, using our audio stack. So using the wonderful APIs of UPI and our technology, we can create Apple Pay experience for all Indian users having a bank account and a smartphone. Next slide. This is the topology of our solution. As you can see, UltraCash backend is connected to the PSP server of the acquirer bank, and the merchant's data, the transaction data along with the NPCI data is transferred to the PSP server and the transaction is done. Next. So we would like to thank NPCI for providing us this opportunity to showcase the UltraCash in front of these eminent guests and audience.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, team. Mr. A.P. Hota, MD and CEO, NPCI. Mr. Pramod Verma, Chief Architect, UIDAI. Mr. Sharat Sharma from iSpirit. Mr. M.V. Tangsale, CEO, IBA. Dr. N. Rajendran, CTO, NPCI. And Mr. Dilip Asbe, COO, NPCI. May I call on stage Team UltraCash. May I have a big round of applause for Team UltraCash. They have got a certificate of merit. A big round of applause for Team UltraCash. Congratulations to the team. Team UltraCash, they have got a certificate of merit.